It's been a while since I've heard it, but there used to be a doctrine, they called it the Reagan Doctrine, among Republicans. And it stated, "Thou shalt not speak ill of any Republican." And I really think that this arose in the wake of Nixon being forced to resign. And the the need of a bunch of narcissistic man babies in the party to not have to put up with criticism or backtalk. And I'm not sure exactly where this posture came from, but it's become the defining difference between a Democrat and a Republican in the last few decades. And there is a problem with that kind of an attitude. First of all, it's incredibly narcissistic. And although there are people who get sucked in by this and fall for it, if you're not sucked in by it, what you see is a bumbling, self important fool and someone who is bound to fuck things up. Like putting all your secure communications on Signal and then accidentally inviting a journalist who isn't your friend because you're a fumblefuck idiot. And the blowback from this stupidity is going to go on and on and on and on. It will go on for years. This is the kind of thing that if it happened to just one person, it would end their political career. But it's been a giant, they will not stop trying to double down on how stupid they are. It is destroying our image to the rest of the world. We look like fools and we look weak. And if we didn't have a whole bunch of nukes, we probably would be getting invaded right now, because every enemy we've ever made on the planet would be like, God damn, they're so dumb. We can do that. We can do them anytime. And along with all the other dumb things that Donald has done, it is clearly time, and with the electorate has woken up. They are not happy. People are going to these town halls in huge numbers, so huge that Republicans are running away screaming, and they have been soaked in the tea of their own cult for so long that they don't know how to respond when people criticize them. When their own voters finally say, "I've had enough with you. You people are idiots." And they're so full of their own infallibility, invulnerability, and are just like losing elections left and right. And now Trump is trying to completely rewrite the rules for elections, which I don't think will work. And they've lost, I've had mixed feelings about judges for years, but it looks like at least people who do a real thing recognize that this is not sustainable. Because without self-criticism, you can't grow. You can't learn. You can't advance. And so the Republican Party has stuck themselves in the past, refusing to learn from their mistakes, refusing to learn from the bad outcomes, refusing to criticize their worst people. And that has only encouraged worse and worse and worse and worse people to join the party, to be able to wield power without consequence. Until we've got what's going on now, which is awful. And I'm really kind of sick So, I'm numb to it at this point. I have had to numb myself. Because every single day I read about another goddamn stupid thing that man is doing. And I don't know what to do with the consequences we know. All of the things that exist in our legal and or in our system are there for a reason. Regulations, they say, are written in blood. It's because people died. I don't know if I'm going to be alive in a year. I don't know if anyone I know. Hopefully. But I lost a lot of people to the COVID catastrophe. And now we've got a whole government full of Trump idiots. And unless enough of the Republican Party wakes the fuck up right now, removes him, removes JD, removes Mike Johnson, they are all way too compromised and way too stupid to be allowed to contain or maintain power. And by the way, remove RFK Jr. right now. We might be in for a pretty bad collapse, a Soviet Union style collapse. Even worse than that. Even worse. Just the whole lack of ability to self-criticize is destroying us. And we are making stupid decision after stupid decision after stupid decision. It will all catch up with us. And what I hope is that our system is dynamic enough that we can self-correct, that we can basically retake the House soon, and that maybe enough people who actually give a shit can grow a brain, and it's not illegal to switch parties. It's not illegal to just walk away from your job if you're afraid of being harassed by MAGA or whatever. But I don't think MAGA is as dazzled by this whole thing as they used to be either. And I think that you need to look at the MAGA that's online as half digital mirage, because I don't think a lot of those people are real. But this terrible leadership has to go, and they have to go as soon as possible. They are not suited to do this. Donald Trump doesn't even understand what the hell signal is, or why this is a mistake, or why this is a problem. He is too stupid to get it. He is pickled. His brain is gone. That guy that you think you saw on The Apprentice, whatever, how long ago was that? 15, 16 years? Yeah, that guy got old. And his brain's turning to mush. And he's being remote operated by a bunch of dumbass billionaires who I already have zero respect for. They are not intelligent people, and they do not have anyone's best interest in mind. And everything that you value that made this valuable is being eradicated by these idiots. You won't be wealthy in the new world. You will be hated like Elon Musk is. There is a concerted effort to remove his wealth because it was all based on a bullshit understanding of his business acumen and his his technological prowess, none of which is real. That guy got rich by waiting for a smart person to talk, shoving them to one side, calling him an idiot, and taking their words and emitting them from his mouth. He literally pushed the founders of Tesla to one side and said, I'm the founder. Went to court to sue and demand that he be called the founder. And he did not found anything. Letting people like that run the world is going to take us to a bad place very quickly. And I've noticed that his fucking face is being pulled off stage because they've realized he's a massive liability. And I believe his time is coming to an end in the GOP. And hopefully he could be encouraged to just get the fuck out of this country. But it all boils down to narcissistic people who can't be criticized. Can't be told they're wrong. Can't handle being contradicted. Can't handle being talked back to. And if you're that weak, you shouldn't be leading anyone anywhere. You have to be able to self-correct. Your institution has to be able to self-correct. If not, chaos, failure, and humiliation await.